I'm Rebecca and this is my vlog about knitting, which you already know because you clicked on it. Hi, how are you? I am almost 41 years old. I love my birthday and I live in the Pacific Northwest with my 5 kids and my dog, 2 dogs, and my boyfriend. I guess I was gonna say my boyfriend, but then I said dogs, and now I guess he gets put below the dogs, which is fine. Hi. So Stephen West Mystery Knit Along. Like, let's just jump right into that because I have things to say. And you're probably like, we've heard everything you have to say. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. No, there's more. There's more. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Truly. Wow. So Clue 2 came out, and there's gonna be spoilers. Probably not gonna remember to tell you that it's gonna be on the screen, so I apologize. All right, let's get into it. Clue 2 came out. I don't do spoilers, so I will just knit things without looking, without whatever. I think I'm gonna frog it. I think I'm gonna start over and knit it again. Not start over all the way, but Clue 2. I already finished half, so that is really disappointing. I should have quit while I was ahead. I knew that it was gonna be bad and I kept going anyway. So here's the thing, is that I am a rule follower. Not a, like, I want the pattern to work, okay? I want it to be cohesive, and if I wanna make changes, that's on me, which I did make changes to some of it, but I feel like the pattern should work as written, and even if it needs to be updated. And this pattern does not work as written. If you follow the square clue, I feel like Clue 2 should be cohesive, and it's not. It's not. If you knit anything other than Clue 2, then or Clue 1 as written, you're good. You're golden. It's probably gonna be fine. One of the things that he had said was you can start Clue 2 with any color you want. I know that, knew that. I did not do that because I thought that if I followed the pattern, it would all work. It doesn't. It does not. It does not work. And I don't think that I don't understand why the beginner clue did not work with the rest of the pattern. It obviously was meant for the original clue. I feel like I have to rip it all out now because it didn't work, and the colors didn't work together, and I feel like they should have. When you knit the original clue, it ended on the 4th, the darkest color, and if you knit the squares, it didn't in there. It ended on color B, and then it directs you to go right into the second clue. Spoilers here. Directs you to go back into A and then B and then C. And I was like, that's weird, but maybe it'll all come together. I don't know, maybe it'll look fine. Because, you know, that's what he designed. It should look okay. It wasn't okay. And I don't think I can live with it. And I'm kind of irritated because I spent all day knitting yesterday on this thing, and it's annoying. It's annoying. I should have started, to make it look cohesive, I should have started with color C. And I didn't because that's not what the directions said. And I just feel like this isn't my, I paid money for the everything to be written out for me. I paid money for that. I didn't pay to design a shawl. That wasn't part of the original deal. And now here we are with everybody just designing their shawl, him giving us numbers basically and being like, I don't know, design your own. Thank you, Stephen West. That's really helpful. I'm annoyed. You can tell I'm annoyed, I think. It's annoying because now I have to read back whole day worth of knitting again. I actually ripped back 3 days worth of knitting on Clue 1. And that was obviously my choice, and I feel good about that choice, but it's annoying to have to keep ripping back because the pattern is not working. I'm really frustrated. Am I gonna quit? Probably not. Probably not. I am lucky that I have ample time to knit, generally speaking, and I'm gonna be able to do Clue 2 again. without a problem, but it is so frustrating. So let me show you what I mean. Okay, let me grab it over here. Okay, it's going up on the screen. I remember to say that. Okay, so here's what I did for the square. Initially, I did the stockinette and garter stitch. Yeah, I was like, oh no, did I mess up? No, I didn't. I did, you're supposed to do all garter stitch, and I did garter and stockinette. In hindsight, that wasn't a good choice, and I own that. That was me, because that's me modifying the directions. And one thing that I didn't realize when I started was that these are very different gauges. That's my fault, because I don't think it looks good with the next clue. That's fine, I can accept that. I'm not gonna rip back and do it, I'm okay with it. But here's the problem. See how we're ending on color B, right? Like we have A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B. That's what the pattern says to do. Okay, now here's the problem. When you follow the directions as written, you get this. You get A, B, A, B. And I feel like that's just not cohesive. It doesn't match what should be happening. I should have started with C, D, A, B, C, D. So I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed by that, and I have to rip out all of that. I don't have to rip out, but I don't, oh, see, I don't want to. I don't want to rip out again. I don't. And I feel upset that the directions were not as written. Like they were, well, as written didn't look good. And he was like, just start with whatever color you want, and that's fine, but the do whatever you want thing isn't working out, because last time people just did whatever they want. It didn't work out. You know, if you made triangles, he was like, oh yeah, that's not gonna work anymore. Yeah, I'm kind of mad about it. There's a lot of really negative feelings about this mystery knit along, and it's coming from all sides. And it shouldn't even be a debate. That's the thing, I guess. I'm just gonna say that, and I'm gonna let the chips fall where they do. I don't think this should be a debate. I have not seen a single person say that they were knitting the original because they agreed with what the symbol may or may not, like, may represent. I haven't seen a single person say that. Maybe there is. If you can screenshot me somebody saying that they enjoy the hate symbol and think that was the best decision ever, then I will admit that I'm wrong, but I don't see that. I see people being frustrated and don't want to knit it again or don't have time. I see people saying that they like it because it reminds them of a quilt. I see people saying all kinds of things, but not that. I think that unless somebody is saying that specifically, then the hate that they're getting is unjust, because it's something that people are imagining. They are imagining that the person did it for that reason and getting mad about their imagination, when in reality that's not the case. I think that we need to have more empathy for those people. I think that we need to have empathy for the people that created their own design or knit somebody else's design and did not frog that for a variety of reasons. Maybe they just like it. And not following Steven's exact design is not a sin. I'm sorry. I was watching Fairy Godfather Knits today, and I think he was so eloquent about it. And I really suggest that you go watch that if you're having mixed feelings, or if you think that there's not enough empathy in the knitting community. And I think the problem is one of the problems is you can't do it right. I have been criticized personally for knitting the squares. I feel good about knitting the squares. The reason I did that was because I ripped out the original one, which honestly, one of the main reasons I did that was because I didn't like all the ends. And then I cast on the color block version that Stephen West himself had suggested and designed, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I was not emotionally attached to it at all. And so when it was like, hey, just do the squares, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do the squares. They're not that bad. I like the way they look. It's boring, but it's fine. And the other reason was that it was already it was already a clue. in the mystery knit along that you could have done. It was a valid option for people, and I was just like, you know what, that's what I'm gonna do. And I kind of wavered back and forth on that. I really did. But I decided in the end to do the squares, and I'm happy with that choice. I really am. And the people that are sticking to their original things that they had knit, I think that's fine too. I really do. I don't have a problem with it. I wouldn't do it because it does bother me, and it's not my job to put my feelings, project that onto other people who may or may not feel that way. So I'm just gonna say that out loud. I don't even care. If you don't like it, then I guess you can unfollow me. But here's the thing. This obviously is a huge deal in the knitting community right now. And we need to be able to have polite discourse about it. We don't have to have all of the hate. That's actually not necessary. That's not a law. You don't have to hate people for doing something different than you. So that's where I'm at. I think that all the choices are valid. I have seen so much criticism of everybody, every single person, whether it's the original, whether it's the triangles, whether it's the squares, everybody has an opinion about what everybody else is doing. And truthfully, I think everybody should just mind their own freaking business. Do what you want that makes you happy, knit your shawl, you know, and I don't care. And I think that one of the problems we have in our society is that we have echo chambers because we exclude, right? People who don't agree with us, we exclude them, like was what's happening in the forums, honestly, also, and other places. You take these people that you're like, oh, I don't agree with you, therefore I'm going to exclude you, and literally like not block you, report your posts, not talk to you, and people are now taking sides. And when that happens, the only people you talk to are the people that agree with you, right? And so you are literally creating an echo chamber, and you're not even getting through, like you're not able to even talk to people. And I think that that's so sad. And I don't even mean that just about knitting. I really don't. I think that having that communication and having that open, polite communication among people is important. It's important. And people don't have to see things the way that you do in order to be a really good person. You can be a good person and still knit the original shawl. And you can be a really bad person and you can follow the squares. I'm not necessarily a good person, and here I am knitting the squares, and it doesn't say a single freaking thing about me. It doesn't. It's not representative of anything about my personality or anything about my beliefs or anything else. It is literally just a square that I decided to knit. That is it. That's it. And so I think people need to really just genuinely stop projecting their opinions onto other people and then getting mad at them about it. That's insane. I don't like to, okay, it doesn't matter. That is insane behavior. It's narcissistic. And I don't even like to throw that word around, but believing that other people need to do the same thing that you're doing for the reasons that you're doing it is pretty narcissistic, especially when they're strangers. Being mad at strangers on the internet for your imagination is weird. And that goes both ways. All of this goes both ways because it's so bad. And none of this mystery knit along wouldn't be half as miserable as it is if people just could be nice. Stephen West isn't out there. I mean, okay, you could make an argument, but he's not out there criticizing everybody and being like, oh, you obviously agree with this symbol. I haven't seen that. Maybe I'm wrong. But the exclusion, the imagined offense really bothers me. It really bothers me. I don't like to fight with people. I don't like to argue with people. I don't think that people should be criticized all the time for all the stuff they do. If you don't like it, don't knit it, basically, is how I feel about it. Genuinely. I'm just gonna say that. And if you don't like it, then I guess you can unsubscribe. I guess you can unfollow me on Instagram. If you want an echo chamber in your life where you only listen to opinions that are yours, then have that, I guess. I don't like to do that. But you do you. And I know that I'm being really aggressive, but I'm just so frustrated. I'm frustrated with the shawl. I'm frustrated with the knitting community. I'm frustrated with all of the anger and the hate and the complaining about what other people are doing. I think that people do have valid complaints about their own knitting and experience and valid complaints about how Stephen West has handled this. I think Stephen West is probably doing the best he can. I don't know. I'm assuming he's doing the best he can, and a lot of people disagree with that, and that's okay because it's his business. He can run it how he wants. But I think the people who have been excluded are valid in their complaints. I think that to report somebody's Instagram account because they posted something, a knitting square that you don't like, is deranged behavior. I really think that that is deranged. If you don't like it, block them and move on, keep scrolling. And I'm not accusing anybody of any of these my followers of doing those things. This isn't towards a specific person, this is in general. And you don't have to like any of that. But you know what? I still like you. That's the thing. I still like you. I don't care what you knit. I'm assuming you had a valid reason that wasn't backed by hate. I don't think you did, unless you claim otherwise. But I'm not going to assume that that is the reason, because that's literally my imagination and then getting mad about a story that I created in my own head. And you know what? I don't even, like, I'm really nervous about posting this, but it is what it is. And I guess people can like it or not. And it's so sad to me that saying, hey, let's just not hate each other is controversial. That over a knitting block, over a knitting square, let's not hate each other. Let's not tear people down. Let's not criticize. Let's let people knit what they want. Let's move on if we don't like it. Like, you don't have... And I'm not even one of the people that knit the original. I knit the squares. I have... Okay, you know what? There you go. And I really genuinely suggest that you go watch Fairy Godfather Knits. I'm going to link it down below. He was so eloquent. He didn't get frustrated and angry like I did. He got his point across, and he had a really unique point of view. Well, you know what I mean? He came from it from an interesting perspective. And I think that I hope that he was able to get through to people, but like state it in a way that wasn't as aggressive and made people really understand. I hope he changed a couple minds about empathy and being kind. And there's no reason for this. And it's just made every single person miserable. Nobody ever was made happier by hating somebody or by like insulting somebody. You know what? I'm going to tell you this story. When I was 19 years old, I was the most miserable that I had ever been by that point. I was trapped in a miserable marriage. I had no job. I had nothing going for me. Genuinely, I was going through a really, really, really tough time. And you know what I did? I was mean to people on the internet. I was really mean. I was definitely a troll. I said hateful, hurtful things. I mean, not like racist or anything, but I said some really horrible things, and I regret that, but I wasn't happy. And I took that out on other people. And I have never once in my entire life met somebody who's happy and well-adjusted and fine that goes around and hates on other people. That is a miserable person thing to do. And I know that because I've done it. I've been there like 20 years ago, AOL. Luckily, I've had the chance to apologize to some of those people. We were in touch at the time, and I grew as a person and realized, you know what, that's not me anymore. I don't want to be that way. And I don't take my misery out on other people now when I'm sad or angry or upset. Just let people live. It's knitting. It's knitting. It's not, these people aren't getting caught going out to, some kind of hateful rallies and stuff. They are literally knitting a pattern that they paid for that had no ill intent whatsoever. You know what? You can't cancel me. You can't cancel me. What are you gonna do? I don't make any money off of this. This is not my livelihood. I'm not going to be upset if people unsubscribe. I don't care. I can't be canceled. And that's a really good place to be when you want to talk about your opinions on things, because I don't have to have that concern about backlash. I just don't. I'm going to remove any negative comments, by the way. If you are going to get in my comments and advocate for treating each other poorly, then you can just save it. because it's going to be removed as soon as I see it. This knit along needs to be all about community, the way that all of these mystery knit alongs are. And the fact that people have ruined that for everybody else is unbelievably frustrating. You don't actually have to criticize other people. You don't have to report Instagram posts. You don't have to watch podcasts that you don't want to watch. Nobody's forcing you to do that. No one. You're 100% making that all up. Anyway, I'm going to post this and see where it goes, because I'm really frustrated and I am tired of all of the hate. I genuinely I can't deal with it. It's making everything so miserable. So, I'm just angry today, I guess. Stephen West is ruining my life. And ruining my life. You know what I mean? That was hyperbole. I didn't know it was pronounced that way until like a really short time ago. Okay, if you've made it this far, what do you guys think? Is that like bad enough that I should quit or like rip it out? Or do you think it's okay? I think it might be okay. Looking at it on the screen, it doesn't look so bad. It looks maybe intentional, like a separation. I don't know. I would just wish that it was more cohesive, and telling people that just do whatever you want, to me, is not enough, because we don't know what it's going to look like. And so just do whatever you want is really not the kind of advice that you want to give during a mystery knit along. I want my stuff to look nice. I'm not going to wear it, but I want it to look nice. So that's where I'm at. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it aside for a second and figure that out. I'm going to have a lot of knitting time between now and Thursday, so I'm going to figure it out. So, all right. I guess I will talk to you tomorrow. If I have one subscriber at least. I'll talk to that person. I don't care. I just want to fill my life with people who are genuinely kind and accepting of other people's literal knitting. Okay? You don't have to be accepting and kind about literally everything that a person believes, but good Lord, guys, good Lord. Just stop. Okay, I'm gonna go. This is too long. So have a great day. If you're knitting the mystery knit along, I hope that you have a lot of fun doing it, and I hope that it takes a different direction. I hope that it goes well for you. I hope that you make the most beautiful thing ever. And if nobody else likes it, I hope you like it. Okay? I hope you like it. I'll talk to you guys later.